Are you serious?
Good day to you. Excuse me.
Huh?
It's my time to shine.
Do you have a moment? No.
There you are, Hubert. So what's going on? This couldn't wait for a more reasonable hour?
You are the last to arrive. But better late than never, I suppose.
I may be late, but I'm also smart enough to smell trouble when it's brewing. And you've definitely got something on the boil.
Please illuminate me. How have you come to this conclusion?
Because I'm standing here with Yuritsa on one side and Petra on the other, and you don't invite people like them along unless you need serious muscle.
It saddens me that I am not included in this toughness calculation of yours.
Neither fighting or hunting have toughness for me. I am fighting and others are falling. It is a thing of ease.
Get on with it.
Yes, well, setting the question of toughness aside, your task remains the same.
Can you please just get to the point already? I'm gonna doze off if you stretch this intro out any longer.
Then I will do just that. I have received information regarding a small-scale raid on Garreg Mach. The raiders in question are the Knights of Seiros, but judging by their low numbers, they are not attempting to reclaim the monastery. Rather, their goal is assassination. Specifically, they seek to eliminate Count Varley, the current head of the Southern Church.
The Knights. Good. I'll enjoy this.
I have knowledge of stopping assassins. Let us be going with all haste.
I see why you brought the three of us along now. But still, you've got an entire army at your disposal. Why use so small a force?
If we suddenly increase our presence at Garreg Mach, the Knights will realize they have been found out and cancel the raid. But I need them to carry out their plan to the letter, so they might walk right into my trap.
They will be like flies to the flame.
Not sure that's right, but I get what you're going for.
Even if the flies are strong, it all ends the same.
You both remain as inspiring as ever. Now then, as we will be heading out tomorrow, we had best get our preparations settled quickly. Seeing as you are a long-tenured mercenary of some renown, I will leave the guarding of Count Varley's person to you. I hope it goes without saying that this is not a job which calls for improvisation on your part. Keep him safe and whole, and do it well.
No worries, Hubert. Those knights won't touch even a single hair on your guy's head.
That is precisely what I wanted to hear. No wonder Lady Edelgard puts so much faith in you.
Seems like a lot of weight to throw on my shoulders.
If you fight with confidence, you will never be losing. I will do what I must.
Again, get on with it.
Yes, very well. Now, as far as Garreg Mach's current military capability...
Why bring me from the monastery and into the outer courtyard? Is this really safe?
Perfectly so, provided you remain close.
Wait, what's happening? It's the church. They've come for me.
Strange. We had no reports of any excursions. Well, no matter. Our target is Count Scarlet.
Hurry up and deal with them. The future of the Empire itself depends upon my survival.
It should go without saying, but for now, we need Count Varley. Do not let any harm come to the man.
Mere vermin. No thrill to hunt.
Why do they pursue Count Varley with such fierceness?
He played a rather large role in Her Majesty's banishment of the Central Church. As bishop, he gave legitimacy to her course of action. An action that carried great weight with adherents of the faith.
This is our best chance to eliminate this false bishop. We must succeed.
An angry enemy is a simple thing, but we must also be having caution.
You're pretty good at this, Petra. You've really never been a bodyguard before?
I have only ever guarded my own body. In Bridget, we had raids and assassins every day. I had to be learning with much quickness.
As the goddess is my witness, this is as far as you go!
Out of the way! Our lives matter not! Crush them in the name of the Archbishop!
See ya!
I suppose you have done well. Take this!
You have proved a most efficacious lure, dear Count.
I feel nothing. Is this all the knights could muster?
It is a small raiding. Likely they sent only what they could afford to lose. Still, I doubt that was the last time.
I should be safe here. I hope.
There's the dog! Don't let him escape!
Oh, not again! I can't take another step. You have to stop them here.
They are not finished. Remain on guard.
The Southern Church's bishop is an enemy of the goddess and must be destroyed.
They're few in number, but well prepared. News of our raid must have leaked.
They make me sick. Still, looks like the two of us will have to pull this one out.
It's not over.
Really willing to die for this guy? I know when I'm vested. Time to retreat. I failed.
That's it! I'm going back inside and never setting foot outside the monastery again.
I see where Bernadetta gets it from. Still, at least the guy's safe now.
We finished the cleanup and inspection of the walls, sir. We also cleared out the Knights of Ceros's base at the foot of Garrick Mach. The enemy has been routed and is now engaged in a full retreat.
Well done. That should keep us secure for the time being. Still, you will want to remain vigilant, Count.
But you just said we are secure!
True. I do not expect our enemy to launch any military offenses in the near future.
But if not military, of course.
I get it. They'll be sneaking through the back door instead of trying to knock down the front gates. I imagine another assassination attempt is already in the works. Probably something cowardly like poison or a dagger in the ribs.
I shudder to think of those zealots out for my blood. I entreat you to protect me, Baron Barnabas. After all, I won't always have the Minister of the Imperial Household here to save me. The war has reached a critical stage, and his wisdom will soon be needed elsewhere. As steward of Garreg Mach, my life is in your hands.
I will do what I can, of course.
To start, I want you to confirm the identity of every single person entering and leaving the monastery. Also, the gatekeeper must hear of these new attempts on my life and ensure he keeps his watch most keen. That one is far too casual for my liking. Yes, well, enough of this. I must be off.
Of course, Count Varney.
Weird guy, huh?
Stronger than he looks, though not inclined to fight.
He is reminding me of certain woodland creatures. Though he is a fighter of much weakness, he has a talent for remaining alive.
When you put it like that, he comes off like some sort of mastermind. But I guess all Imperial nobles are crafty in some way or another.
Crafty, is it?
Sure. I mean, the two of you are nobles, and I'd say you're as cunning as they come.
Yes, Hubert and Yuritsa are both nobles full of cleverness.
Don't forget to include yourself among that number. After all, I specifically selected the craftiest soldiers I could think of for this mission. When the enemy is neck-deep in skullduggery, I need soldiers who are adept at thinking on their feet.
You think I'm like you? Really? That's great.
Only a jest, I assure you. But since it clearly pleases you so, I must admit there was some truth behind it.
Good. Glad we got that settled.
I tire of this. Farewell.
He sure knows how to make an exit.
We should be going as well. It lacks wisdom to be far from the base for too long. But if you wish to be joining me for a small hunt, we will be passing through woodlands on the way back.
Sure, if it's on the way.
This is filling me with happiness. We will be landing a nice catch, then return home. Maybe a bear or a boar.
Yeah, that's not really what I'd call a small hunt. Petra? Hey, wait up!
It seems we truly are a crafty group after all. Still, facing Catherine and Shamir time and again is a great burden to bear. But I must shoulder it if I am to protect Her Majesty.
This tea was simply tremendous. A truly fitting find for nobles such as ourselves.
Yes, but I fear it pales in comparison to the tea cakes you so thoughtfully procured. And yet, far more than the provisions themselves, it is your noble self who deserves the greatest measure of praise for organizing this most festive occasion.
My dear Lawrence, you flatter me. Yet I must once again return to this lovely tea which has soothed my weary soul. Truly, it is a testament to your impeccable character and taste.
Why, Ferdinand, now it is you who flatters me.
But my hackneyed words could never do justice to a pinnacle of nobility such as yourself.
Nay, those hackneyed words have become pure poetry by the alchemy of your noble idiom.
My, What fine examples of nobility you are. The two of you shine brighter than any sun, and make my own visage all the sadder as a result.
Good day, Constance. Not feeling well, are we? I had thought to offer you some tea, but...
Oh, don't worry about me, Lawrence. I'm quite all right.
Well, I certainly won't force you, but do let me know if you change your mind.
Yes, well, there was something I wanted to ask you. Though I fear it's a rather difficult question.
I have all confidence the two of us are up to the challenge.
Indeed. There has not been a question yet posed that could stump the two noblest of nobles.
In that case, and again, please forgive my impudence, but I noticed you both complimenting each other regarding your suitability to your noble stations. But it is an impossibility for the two of you to be perfectly equal in this. One must be the most suited, the most noble. So, which of you is it?
Which one of us? I fear you misunderstand. This is not a competition, and would be unbecoming of nobles to compare ourselves in such a manner.
But are you not constantly comparing yourselves? You are the most noble, nay, it is clearly you, sir, etc., etc.
You know, you may be right.
Now, hold just one moment. It is true that we compare each other in a purely literal sense, but it is only so we might take pride in our collective peerage. And in that we are equal, for there are no degrees of true nobility.
Again, forgive me, but it sounds as if there are indeed differences. You merely turn a blind eye to them in order to avoid unseemly competition. In any case, if that is the stance you both wish to take, I'll not press the matter further. Enjoy your shared throne at the pinnacle of nobility.
No, wait a moment. You make it sound as if we refuse to compete because we fear losing to the other.
Indeed. I had assumed we were sharing a large divan. But if we are actually squeezing ourselves into a single seat, that is another matter entirely.
Not at all. You both are wonderful, perfect nobles.
I cannot back down from this challenge. Doing so would disgrace my very name.
Indeed. We must determine for good and all who of us is the noble most true.
A splendid turn of events, and one I am most undeserving of. I knew I could count on the two of you to reach the appropriate conclusion.
You've got to be kidding me.
Oh, we most certainly are not. In fact, I nominate you to serve as arbitrator for our competition.
Hear, hear. You may also select the criteria.
Okay, but I warn you, my eye for talent pretty much begins and ends at the battlefield.
Still, I fear you will have to do.
In that case, how about we use the results of the next training battle? That should be pretty clear-cut.
Yes. A lord must be able to command their soldiers, after all. An exemplary measure of a noble's worth.
And you will also bear witness to our personal prowess as well. For a true noble must be able to safeguard themselves from injury above all else.
Sounds like a plan. I'll let Edelgard know.
To think my off-the-cuff remark would lead to this. But the stakes could not be higher. For the winner will be forever known as the noblest of all nobles in the land.
Haven't you fanned the flames enough, Constance?
will now commence today's training battle. Defeat every enemy within the time limit.
I am your man!
Fools! Did you think I would just sit the battle out?
Constance! Ah, I see. Well, I will not be so easily outdone.
I will prove to all that I am the truest noble. Watch closely, my mercenary friend.
What do you think you're doing? Plebeians are not permitted to compete.
Witness the might of Ferdinand von Eyck!
Lawrence Hellman Gloucester stands before you.
A marked general is entering the fray. Their defeat will extend the time limit.
Take a breather.
You two must have been rather bored to come up with this competition.
But this was your idea in the first place.
Actually, Lawrence, that was a different... No, never mind. It would take far too long to explain. There is not a question of can. They are no match for us. I must make use of this momentum.
Take this! Second unit, advance!
Reinforcements, huh? Wonderful. More fire for my noble personage.
A point! A most palpable point for Constance von Neufeld!
Take this! Another marked general is entering the fray. Practice will be further extended.
Just do as I planned. I shall take it from here.
Now it is my turn.
If they are defeated.
Back in the day, Constance and I were the twin flowers of Envar High Society.
And now, the bright red rose of House Gloucester has made that number 3.
Now hold on a minute. I want no part of this cell bouquet, sirs.
I am your man.
The Empire's officers are mighty indeed, while the soldiers of my realm can scarce compare.
Physical strength isn't everything. Just look at my house's Pegasus Knights.
Indeed. Many battles come down to chance. No matter how superior the force, nothing is ever assured. I wonder who failed the most.
You were keeping score, yes?
Once we get that, you can announce the winner to all.
Sure, let me just add things up and... Huh?
We heard tell of your pathetic little game, and have come to put you in your place.
Not a problem. I've got this.
Now it is my turn. There...
me. Oh, and I'm not actually mad, by the way. I was honestly glad to get some practice in.
Here I go!
My turn at last.
Hey, what happened with your competition anyway? I hope Coco won.
You'll pay. Fair enough. Seeing as this was rather fun, I will overlook your churlishness.
Practice is concluded. All units withdraw.
What an exhilarating military exercise! But now, let's have the results.
Yes, please. No need to beat around the bush.
No matter the result, my pride as a noble will remain as solid as bedrock.
In that case, let's get to it. So, after tallying it all up, Ferdinand's the winner. No surprise there.
Ha-ha! Feast your eyes on a true noble. Your paragon is I, Ferdinand von Eyre.
Well done, Ferdinand. Painful though it is, I must humbly admit defeat. You delivered when the pressure was at its zenith. You are indeed the most noble of nobles.
Well said, Lawrence. And as for you, Ferdinand, I often thought you were merely an ostentatious show-off. But it's clear I underestimated you.
And to celebrate your magnificent victory, I think some tea is in order.
A fine idea. You must permit me to lend my magical touch to the tea-making.
Hold, Constance. I think we can make do without your magic today. We just had a large practice skirmish, and I imagine there are many people trying to sleep at this hour. Your magic makes the tea shine so bright, it could easily disturb them.
A point well made. In that case, I'll leave the tea to others and dazzle you instead with my sparkling conversation.
This will be the best tea you have ever tasted. For it comes straight from House Gloucester's private reserve.
And I will provide tea cakes to match. Each one made to order by the very hands of Ferdinand von Eyre himself.
This will be ever so much fun!
Didn't you just say people are trying to sleep? I'm starting to think these three shouldn't be allowed to hang out with each other anymore.
Can you believe this, Gwendol? We've waited what feels like decades, and still no Imperial army. What is the Emperor thinking? She promised to protect us.
Calm yourself, my lord. They will come. We've received reports of a large army forming to the south of Aryan Road. They will scatter this siege to the wind. I have no doubt of that.
They had better. It's her promises that swayed me into betraying the kingdom in the first place. I didn't do this just so my lands could be leveled by the King of Fargus's fiery wrath.
The Silver Maiden will keep us safe. She yields to no invader.
Viscount Elidor and Count Duval have both sent messages, imploring me to surrender for the sake of my people. Yes, perhaps it's not too late. I can lure the Imperial army in and kill them, then beg the king for mercy.
My lord.
Lonato, you fool. Your rashness is to blame for all of this.
This is no time to go soft, my lord. Turning our coats a second time would be abominable. One betrayal can be explained away with the right sort of excuse, but a second? A second paints the lot of us as feckless curs.
Ugh. Then what would you have me do? Gwendol, you tell me!
Command it, my lord, and I will gladly go to my grave. You, however, must not. Yet unless you have fought life and limb for your people, you cannot surrender with honor intact. Anything less would earn you the people's scorn, just as it did your ancestors.
Ha! Ha ha ha! Yes, of course. It certainly would not do to forget that roe blood is stained with treachery. Well, so be it. A weather vane must go with the wind, and a born traitor must finish the sedition he started.
Wise words, my lord. Your people will thank you for this course of action.
Greetings!
Hey! That's so. That's so.
Hey!
This isn't good. It seems the fortress gates have been partially breached. The kingdom's soldiers are pouring into Aryan Road.
Does that make us right on time, or a bit too late? Dimitri is no ordinary king if he managed to pry a citadel like this apart. I assume our soldiers stand ready?
We go on your command.
If we dally too long, some of our officers and troops are likely to surrender to the enemy. That includes Count Roe, who has a most notorious sense of self-preservation.
Yeah, him and every other noble.
Come now, that is simply not true. Why, take me, for example. I am the perfect embodiment of what every noble should aspire to be.
You can tell us all about it later, Ferdinand. Everyone, move out!
I will prepare the Scarlet path.
I'll show you what I can do.
I'm ready anytime.
I stand ready.
Understood.
Courage, everyone. Aryan Road is nearly ours. Keep pressing until we claim the main hall.
Never back down! The King's army is true to its reputation. Even I can only stall for so much time.
They're closing in on the main hall. We must help them, and quickly. We must reach the main hall before Count Rowe is put in peril.
Values his life above all else. If they get a blade to his throat, the man will betray us in a heartbeat. The main gates are closed. We could circle around from the left or right,
But the ground along those routes is filled with traps. We'll have to do this the smart way and use the gates.
Devices on the walls to the east and west will allow us to open the main gate.
Spikes just came out of the ground! Everyone, stay away from the pointy bits!
Stand back.
All right, here I go!
We'll never get anywhere with that device until we deal with the soldiers around it. Stand back.
This place is a serious pain. Why can't the route to the main hall just be a straight line?
It's my...
Allow me.
Take a breather. Main gates are open. What now?
I'll hold the area around the gates, Your Majesty. You keep going.
We can do this, Randolph. None will get past us.
The enemy controls the central gates as well. How aggravating. This is clearly going to be a multi-step process. First, we must use devices within the fortress to gain access to the walls, where we will find the devices that will open the central gates.
So you're saying we should start by using the two devices in front of the central gates?
Why does this have to be so complicated?
Maybe they call her the Silver Maiden because our hair will be gray by the time we finish this.
Here I go. No mistakes.
You call that fighting? The Great Lion has only begun to roar!
take levers and switches over more soldiers any day of the week.
I take no joy in battling old friends, but I have a duty and will see it through.
Don't make me kill you, Mercedes. Please, Mercedes. No more.
I never could bear to see you cry. Not then and not now. Oh, very well.
There. Now we can reach the other devices that will open the central gates.
So this is where I die.
Stand back.
Very well. All right, here I go. Stand ready for what comes.
Time slips away from us. Move faster.
We must move on those gates. Time is our enemy.
The devices we're looking for are up on the walls to the east and west.
In the name of the king, the Empire must be destroyed. All troops, advance! Reinforcements have arrived.
Then we'll stop them. They can't be allowed to interfere with the rescue.
I'm counting on you, Randolph. Defend those gates with your life.
One is down, one is to go.
My last battle was a fine one. I thank you for the opportunity, Your Majesty.
It is not too late to swear fealty. I've no desire to take unnecessary lives.
Gwendol, I have decided we fight for the king after all. Help His Majesty drive those Imperial dogs back from whence they came.
Why, my lord? How could you change sides again after all my cautioning?
So it's come to this. So be it. Take our remaining soldiers and cut the Imperial dogs down where they stand.
I am your knight to my dying breath, my lord.
My turn?
I see you've dug your grave. Now you can lie in it.
Finally. Now, to breach the central gates.
You will go no further.
If Dedu is here, that means Dimitri is too.
Take your best shot. Forgive me, Your Majesty.
That takes care of their gatekeeper. We're nearly to the main hall now.
We must pass over those traps if we are to reach the main hall.
Well fought, whelps.
As swiftly as possible. Can we dismount?
I think there are more devices we can disable at the far ends of the east and west walls.
It wasn't supposed to be like this. No.
If we want to slow the enemy, we must put as many troops by the main hall as we can.
Hey, weren't there hidden stairs that lead from the east and west walls down to the fortress grounds?
To think you once had a place at our table. Such a shame.
Now we can send troops in from the walls. Time to make the kingdom sweat.
If the Count has been struck down, I'll simply crush the enemy by my own hand. Let us make this a clean fight.
Are you here to help? Thank you.
We are at a breaking point. All forces, fall back!
Move, Your Majesty. I will guard your escape.
That will not be necessary to do. Stay with our king and live on.
Swear that you will return to us, Ingrid. I could not bear to lose you.
Bring victory to Phobos, Your Majesty. Is the king safe? Good. Then I've done what I set out to do.
She laid down her life to protect Dmitri and proved loyal to the very end.
Yet sadly, despite our best efforts, Count Ro and too many others perished. This is most painful indeed.
We must hurry, Your Majesty. The others have already withdrawn.
I know. I know. Forgive me, Ingrid. It saddens me beyond measure to leave you here.
The blame is mine, Your Majesty. I should have taken guard of the rear.
Then I would only be mourning your death instead. The decision was mine, as is the failure. Every death this day rests on my shoulders.
Your Majesty, please.
She deserved so much happiness. Even after losing her betrothed, she faced life with strength and vigor, only to face the agony of death once more. It should have been me who died. How can I ever atone to Count Galatea? To Glenn?
Please, don't torment yourself. Ingrid chose to be there, and she did so for you. Do not take that from her.
In the name of this magic lance, I swear I will defend Fargus. So rest now. I will return for you when you are avenged.
By your valiant efforts, Orion Road has held strong. I thank you, one and all.
I hardly broke a sweat. Those kingdom soldiers were nothing.
Wait, if they were nothing, then why was I having so much trouble? I thought I was surely off to my death when Count Rowe turned on us.
A fine job of pulling through. Truly, that dumb luck of yours is awe-inspiring.
I can't believe we had to kill Ingrid.
She was a most formidable commander, Dorothea. We had no choice if we hoped to claim victory.
I know that. You think I don't know that?
Right now, we need to discuss our next move. I'm sending the main body of our army back to Enbar. They'll remain in the capital until they recuperate from this latest string of battles, and until we've had time to retool our strategy.
We hold Orion Road and the Western Church in the west, the Great Bridge of Myrddin to the east, and Garreg Mach between them. We'll treat all three as key positions and endeavor to hold our lines there. After we regroup, we'll determine a proper time to resume our advance.
It vexes me to say this, but I have been short-sighted. We are nowhere near achieving our goals in the Alliance or the Kingdom. My command has been riddled with errors, and for that, I apologize.
Oh? And where exactly is all of this coming from? You usually exude confidence. From where I stand, we have come a great distance with minimal casualties. If time has been lost, we should be easily able to make up for it.
I'm personally happy I had the chance to see Her Majesty's vulnerable side, even if just this once.
Reassuring her with predictable responses, are we? Well, sorry. For once, I'm not sleepy at all.
Nice try. That response still registers way up there on the Lin scale.
I will be using the extra time to make improvements, so I can offer more usefulness in future battles.
I'm lucky to be surrounded by such consistent friends.
How about me? Do I count as consistent?
I can always count on you to be you. And you may take that any way you like.
So, we're finally going back to the capital. Feels like it's been ages. Couldn't come at a better time either. My bones could use the rest after all the battles we've been through.
I wholeheartedly agree. The respite will help us prepare to face the Ashen Demon.
Yeah, about that. I've been giving it some thought, and I don't think we need to obsess over that anymore.
But what about Captain Burling and your old allies? The ones who were brutally slaughtered, remember? You said avenging them was your dream. And think about how much hardship the Ashen Demon has put you through since you joined the Empire.
Don't get me wrong, I'd still love to prove I'm the better fighter. But imagine if we got someone like that on our side. We'd be unstoppable. It's time for me to put my wants aside and put an end to this war. For my friends. Unless you think that's a mistake. The Ashen Demon's mercenaries have fought for both the Kingdom and the Alliance. They don't have a cause, and they don't care who comes out on top in the end. It's all about who can toss them the most coin. And now that the dust has settled a bit, we've got a chance to lure them over ourselves.
And here I thought you were intelligent. Think about it. Their allegiances have changed, yes, but no matter their client, they've always been fighting the Empire. Why would they join us now? For that matter, what makes you think our soldiers would want to fight alongside a person who's murdered hundreds of their comrades?
As if nobody's ever flipped sides before? Come on.
Yes, but unlike the Ashen Demon, they're not single-handedly responsible for so much killing.
Hey, Arval?
Yes?
Why is it so important to you that the demon dies?
Because I care about you, of course. I mean, I think that's the reason.
Arval, out with it.
I suppose it just feels like our destiny. Like it's something we're meant to do.